Hello everyone, welcome back to Build Break and Beyond, and this is my new project car. It is a 2018 Mercedes C63S AMG, and I have been watching this one to come up for auction on Copart for probably 2 months now. I finally got it earlier this week. My transporter picked it up yesterday, and as you can see, he left it. So I bought another car and I'm very excited for it to come, but ever since we built these cabinets, our garage has looked like this. And I don't want to park this car outside because it's far, far too nice to be parked outdoors. So, time to clean up. Alright, not bad. That didn't take too long, and now I have a full spot for my new car. Now I'm just going to patiently wait until the transport arrives.
346 minutes later.
So yesterday my transporter picked the car up, he drove it down to me, got here a little bit later than we wanted to, and as you can see he left the trailer here with the car on it because we could not get the car out of park. So today I'm going to try and figure out why that is happening and get it off of here so that he can take his trailer back and I can start working on the car. So this car was listed as having mechanical damage. The interior looks fine, it's obviously a little bit dirty. And it even has a key that works with the car, but you have to provide a jump to it. So I popped the hood here. I have this extra battery from the Volvo wagon sitting around. And you can kind of hear the car waking up. So when we get back in the car, everything looks fine, except it's giving us the parking light. And now when we try and put the key in, turn it to position 2, it tells us there are a couple things wrong with it, and it will not let us get out of gear. So you can kind of see the gear shift indicator up here. There should be arrows on it on the side indicating what gear you're in and what gear you're about to go into. So using this shifter here, see we move it around and absolutely nothing happens. Everything else is working, the radio, the clock, it all looks fine, but the car will not go into neutral and it won't turn on. Okay, there's one of them, power steering system malfunction, suspension malfunction, so a couple malfunctions, that's fun. So that's probably the big one, the reason we can't get it out. So down here is the electric parking brake. You pull that, you probably can't hear it, but it is moving things around. Let go of it and it immediately turns back on, but you still can't get it out and roll it. So I'm going to look at the stock battery, which is in the trunk, see what it's reading, and if it needs it, put it on a trickle charger. This is a bracket for a door. Okay. Alright, and there she is. This is the main battery. This is very expensive to replace, so I'm glad it's here. It's strange that there's a quarter down here. Okay, so this battery is actually good. It's at 12 volts. That's interesting. Now, one thing I couldn't find yesterday underneath here was the tow hook. And the reason for that, I realized after doing some research, is because it's actually up here. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that is a beefy boy. Might need that later. Nice. And the reason that I'm a little bit more hopeful that we're gonna be able to get this car at least into neutral today is because I went over to my friend's and I borrowed his computer. Just gotta plug this into the OBD2 port. That's not annoying. Generally, I don't like my dashboards to look like a Christmas tree, so I'm really hoping a lot of these are just kind of on until the car starts. Okay, this is taking forever. All right, it seems like every single thing that is equipped on this car has a code. There we go. Enabling of engine start after crash event. I believe that's what we're looking for. All right, this isn't looking too promising, so I'm gonna let that run. Actually, I can bring it with me. And I'm gonna check the fuses with my multimeter. Okay, those are all good. If you're already wondering if I checked the manual, I did, and there's no information in here about this, which kind of makes sense. So that's pretty disappointing. I've been trying to get this car just out of park into neutral, not even like a huge thing, for a day and a half now, and I cannot do it. I've checked everything that I can, everything the forums have listed. It seems like really no one's had this exact problem that I've had. If they have, they haven't posted about it. I have been talking to a Mercedes technician in the area who's a friend of a friend, and we both kind of agree that the issue is a physical issue underneath the car, like the cabling broke or one of the modules actually got smashed, something like that. So whatever the debris was hit probably damaged that, and that's why it can't connect. With the scanner that I have been using, there is a method to force it into neutral, and that can't even get through. So I think I'm going to stop trying to troubleshoot it now here on the trailer, and I think I'm just going to formulate a way to get it off the trailer without the wheels spinning. I'm still super psyched about this project. I've already started ordering parts for the things that I've seen that are broken, and I just cannot wait to get this car on the road, or I guess more importantly, off of the trailer. So I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow. So this is an unbelievable day 3 with the nicest car I've ever bought at auction stuck on my transporter's trailer, and he's back in town actually tonight, so he's going to stop by and help me get it off. I have a solution that is nowhere in any Mercedes manual, but let me show you it really quick. So I went to Walmart and I got this, some hand soap, very slippery, and I got 4 of these metal cooking trays which slide pretty well on metal. And basically what we're going to do is jack the Mercedes up, put these cooking pans underneath each wheel, put dishwasher soap below them and behind them, and then we're going to start pulling it back. It will get the car off the trailer, and from then it's easy because I have my wheel dollies out here and I can slide them under, roll it into the garage, and be done with it. I just need to get it off the trailer tonight. So I've got about 40 minutes until they get here, and that's when the fun begins. Alright guys, so that is the end of the saga. We finally got the C63S off of the trailer. It was fairly easy when we got it down to the wood part of the ramps and we were able to put the casters on. The thing just rolled off. We didn't even have to use tow straps or anything. Huge shout out to Manny's Towing. I will link their Instagram down below. Found him randomly less than a week ago on Craigslist. He came through massively picking it up for me just in time so I didn't get storage fees, and then he came back with friends to help me get it off. So I'll definitely be using them again in the future. I recommend if you are in the Bay Area that you check them out, and I am gonna go get some sleep. All right, let's check this out. Oh. Oh. What in the No way. Piece of monkey. All right, well, I might as well just show you this. It is a little bit worse than I thought, but I think it's okay. So here's the oil cooler. That is obviously bent upward, so something came in here, which means that the radiator back here, AC condenser, those are all gonna need to be replaced. Let's see, we got a wiring issue over here. It's all shorted out. This cross member here definitely needs to be replaced. One of the big ones I can see is this steering rack. It is completely cracked. There's no way to replace just this. The entire rack has to go. And this is the one that I am really worried about. This is the lower oil pan. It has a huge crack in it. It doesn't look like there's any damage inside. So I'm thinking that whatever was hit kind of rested right in here and it popped it up. So the big question now is whether or not this motor is good, because this means that it doesn't have any oil in it. I don't know how long it was running without oil. So I'm gonna try and get in here and see if the crank rotates. And if it does, it means the engine isn't seized. If it doesn't, then I'm screwed. All right, moment of truth. Oh yeah, it turns over. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, there's good resistance too. Oh, this is a good engine. Oh. All right, so I'm gonna cut this video off here because what I need to do is a ton of research. I need to buy a lot of parts and I need to receive all of them. So when I get them all in, we'll start tearing into this, replacing every single thing that's wrong with it, and we will get this throaty V8 fired up. So thanks for watching. If you watched this far in the video, obviously you like the content of this channel. So make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.